welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be doing my top 15 of 2015. These are the books slash series that I absolutely loved in the year of 2015. I just filmed my top 16 of 2016, and those are the books that I've had for quite a while, I think, that I just need to make a priority this year. And so yeah, let's get on with the top 15 of 2015. So I have a couple piles here. The first pile is the standalone slash first in series that I read in the year 2015 that I absolutely loved. The second one is the sequels that, yes. And then the last pile is pretty much my top 5. The only ones that are in particular order are my top 5. The other ones are just ones I really loved, and I just throw them out there because I can't make a 15-to-1 list. It was really hard. And the only ones I could pretty much do was my 5. And that one was still pretty hard. Like, I had the books, like, I knew which ones I wanted to put in there, but it was hard to say, okay, this one's the first. Like, I knew which one was first, but, like, the second and the third, it's just... But these are, those are the top 5 that broke me, made me love oh my god, it was just amazing. But let's get on with the other books. So the first one I have on here is First Grave on the Right by Dorinda Jones. This is the first in the, I don't know what series this is. Of course it doesn't even say. It's the first in a series by Dorinda Jones. And I actually got recommended this by by one of the librarians at my local library, and she said this is absolutely amazing, and it made her laugh so hard, and it made me laugh so hard. It's so amazing. I believe there's like 10 books out already, and I've only read the first one. I have the first 3, so I need to catch up with the series. And this is about a girl named Charlie. She is a part-time private investigator and a full-time Grim Reaper. She sees ghosts, and she solves cases. I mean, it's so good. I love this series. If you haven't picked this one up, definitely do. It's a paranormal romance. I mean, you can't go wrong, really. And, oh, what I should say is, this one beat out Written and Read by Anne Bishop. I loved that book. That book was so good. And I still really need to continue on with that series, too. The first 3 are out. I believe a 4th one is coming out soon, I think. But yeah, this one beat it out because it made me laugh. And Written and Read didn't really make me laugh that much. I love Simon. Oh, I love Simon. But it's just, I always got to go with the ones that make me laugh, It's just, that's the ones I prefer. I still really loved Written and Read, though. And if it was a top 16, I totally would have put that one in. The next one is Tamara Weber's Easy. And this one is about a girl who just broke up with her boyfriend, and she's just going through some personal, issues, and then she almost gets raped, and she meets this guy who saves her from being raped, and she's failing this one class, which her and her boyfriend are in, and she gets a tutor, but it's only online communication, so she never actually met him. And yeah, she kind of has feelings for him, but then she also has feelings for Lucas, who saved her from being raped, and it's absolutely amazing. I love this book. This book just, it broke me. It freaking broke me. I, like, bawled through at least the last half. It's so good. If you haven't picked this one up either, definitely do so. I can't go, like, a year without mentioning Colleen Hoover at all. I swear, like, last year, if I would have done a top 14 of 2014, I would have had, like, Slammed, probably Ugly Love, probably just those 2, because Hopeless and Maybe Someday, they were good. Hopeless, I won't read the other one. I think it's Losing Hope. I won't read that one. At least I don't think so. I want to own them all, but it's like, Losing Hope, it's the same book, almost. I might end up reading it. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's Colleen Hoover, and I love Colleen Hoover. But I don't know if I actually really want to read that one. We'll see. We'll see what, if it comes to it. But Losing Hope and Maybe Someday were really good. But I think my 2 favorites for 2014, I believe I read it, was Slammed and Ugly Love. So for 2015, I absolutely loved November 9. This one was so good. This is her latest, and it's so good. It's about a girl who goes through a, well, it was a trauma. She was pretty much in a fire, and she got really bad burns all over her, and it's the anniversary, which is November 9, and she decides I think it's like 2 years after the fire, and she decides she's going to leave. She lives in Los Angeles now, I think, and yeah, she moves to New York, I believe. I can't really remember the places and everything, but she says she just wants to get a fresh start, and yeah, so her last day, she meets Ben, and she starts to fall for him a little, and they decide to meet up every year on November 9, and that's the only communication they'll ever have. They won't have any communication other than that day. They don't have their phone numbers, email addresses, addresses, nothing. No communication whatsoever, except on that day when they're supposed to meet. So, yeah. I mean, it's really, really good. If you haven't picked this one up, definitely do so. And then the other one is Confess by Colleen Hoover. I absolutely love this one. This one was my favorite before November 9 came out, because that kind of... So, yeah, if I gotta choose which one is my favorite for the year, it'd definitely be November 9. But Confess is such a close, it's so close. It's so good though. This one's about a girl who, okay, so I'm just gonna read it because it's really hard to, like, summarize this one. And it's Auburn Reed has lost everything important to her. In her fight to rebuild her shattered life, she has her goals in sight and there's no room for mistakes. But when she walks into a Dallas art studio in search of a job, she doesn't expect to find a deep attraction to the enigmatic artist who works there, Owen Gentry. That's all I'm going to say. It's the first paragraph of the synopsis. This is so good. And what's even better about it is that there's pictures. Because he is an artist, and what he does, which really, really, like, broke me, is that he'll leave like outside of his studio, he'll leave a pad and paper, and he'll he'll let random people just write down a secret they've never told anybody before, and then they'll and it's like anonymous, he'll never actually know who actually wrote that secret down, but just write down a secret you've never told anyone before, and then he'll draw a picture of it. He'll draw a painting of it. And so for this one, because it's actually my favorite painting, I'll show you the rest of them, but this one is, sometimes I wonder if being dead would be easier than being his mother. Just, it's a secret no one's ever, I mean, it's gorgeous. I love that so much. That's so pretty. And then there's this one. And then these two. Oh, and then this one's really pretty too. I absolutely love this one too. But yeah, I mean, oh, this one had a really nice, the first one and the last one had the secrets, but for this one, with the hands, this one is, I'll love you forever, even when I can't. That's just beautiful. And yeah, they meet and everything, and it's Auburn and Owen's story. It's just so beautiful. I know I'm not summarizing this as well. I'm not really talking clearly, but if you haven't read this one, I highly suggest you do. Another one is The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee. It always happens. It always happens. When I'm filming a video, all the books just fall. Give me 1 second. Never fails. I mean, I got them all on the edge, I know that, but it's like, Alright, so where was I? Okay, so Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. This is a retelling of 1001 Nights, and I absolutely loved it. Here's the cover, which is really, really pretty. And then here is what the picture is without the like suns or whatever. Yeah, that's so pretty. And this is about Shahrazad. I think that's how you say her name. And she volunteers to be the king's wife, or she volunteers to marry the king. And the thing about the king is that he marries pretty much every day, or every like night, and then he kills them by the next morning. There's something that goes on with this, so you gotta read to understand why, and it's such a good discovery, and it's a beautiful story. I absolutely loved it. It's a beautiful romance too. It's so good. Definitely read this one. And I'm sorry, that's my dog with my dad. They play, and it's really annoying because I'm trying to film my video. And I told them that, and yeah. I love my dog though. She's just so annoying sometimes. Alright, so the other one is Carry On by Ray Morrell. This is the last standalone / first in the series that I have in that pile. And I absolutely love this one. I love Fangirl. You know how much I love Fangirl. That one was probably in my top 14 of 2014 as well. It's one of my favorites of all time. I'll reread it anytime I can. And this one is a like companion novel to that / spin-off kind of. I mean, this is, the thing in Fangirl is that the main character Kath writes fan fiction for Simon Snow series, which is like a Harry Potter-esque series. And this is like her take on, or this is Ray Morrell's take on the Simon Snow, but also it's almost like Kath's fan fiction. It's so good. So good. I mean, this is like, it's like a fantasy, it's like wizards. I mean, again, it's like a Harry Potter-esque. Definitely pick this up. This is so amazing. I loved it. And then here, I love the, first, I love that. Oh, I love the map. That's beautiful. And then I really loved the simplicity of that, too. It's beautiful. I love it. If you haven't picked it up already and you love Ray Morrell, I highly suggest you pick this one up because it's a lot of people's favorites. Alright, so now we get down to the sequels. So, first I have two that made it on, I couldn't choose just one out of these two, so I chose both of them. And that is, first is Fall With Me by Jennifer Armentrout and Forever With You. These are, I believe, 4 and 5 in the Wait For You series. And this one follows Roxanne Reese, who you meet in Stay With Me, the third book. I love this one. I love this one so much. This one also has a stalker this one also has a stalker in there. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to shy away from those, don't pick this one up. But it's still really good. Roxy and Reese, they had like this, you could tell there was something between them in Stay With Me. And this one showcases all of it. You know, this one definitely explains what happened and what goes on from there. So it's really good. And this one's Forever With You, and this one's Nick and Stephanie's story. And Nick is someone who doesn't really want any ties. You know, he doesn't want to be tied down. He just wants to have fun. And Stephanie is someone looking for love, but she doesn't mind having fun along the way. And this is just their story. You know, this is how they meet and fall in love, and it's really good. I absolutely love it. And there is a surprise that happens in this, and it surprises everybody pretty much. I mean, you can pretty much figure it out. It's kind of predictable, but yeah, that happens. These are really good. If I had to choose a favorite between these two, it's really hard. I think I'll go with Fall With Me. I really loved Roxanne Reese. But I think my favorite would probably be Stay With Me. I loved Jackson Collin, I think. Yeah, Jackson Collin. But yeah, of these two, I think it'd be Fall With Me. But Forever With You is really good too. The other sequel I have is The Heart of Betrayal by Mary Pearson. This is the second in the Remnant Chronicles sequel to Kiss of Deception. I love Kiss of Deception so much. Thing is, this one is better. So much better. Like, Kiss of Deception is a 5-star book for me. But The Heart of Betrayal, if I could give it more, I would. It's so good. It showcases another villain, and you still get Caden, you still get, I think it's Caden, yeah. Caden and Rafe. Yeah. You still get, you still get them, but there's another villain, and, oh my god, I'm not gonna go into this, but princesses, princes, kings, queens, assassins, if you like that stuff, pick up this series. Kiss of Deception is really good, and Heart of Betrayal is even better. And I can't wait for Beauty of Darkness to come out this year. Alright, also, of course, I can't go the year without saying Winter by Marissa Meyer. Guys, this is the final book in the Lunar Chronicles series. This is book 4. Winter! It finally came, and I read it. So good! I loved it. I loved every second of it. It hurt because it was ending, but it's so good. Now, Stars Above is coming out in February, I believe. I'm definitely buying that the minute I can. And I believe that has a separate epilogue from the ending of this one, which I can't wait for, because I did kind of want more from the ending, but I did really enjoy the ending of this book. There's no problem with the ending. It's just I did kind of want a little more. And if I could get more, I definitely wanted it. I mean, it's all the novellas plus the epilogue plus a separate epilogue that's never before seen. So yeah, this one is really good. It's the ending of the Lunar Chronicles. If you haven't picked up Cinder, the first in the series, definitely do so. It's these are all fairy tale retellings. Cinder is Cinderella, Scarlet is Red Riding Hood, Cress is Rapunzel, Winter is Snow White, and there's also the novella Fairest, which is like a retelling of the Evil Queen from Snow White. And then I can't wait because she's coming out with a new series, which is Heartless, or at least it's a new book. I don't know if it's going to be a first in the series, but it's going to be Heartless, which is a Alice in Wonderland retelling, so cannot wait. I believe, though, it's going to showcase I think it's going to showcase the Queen of Hearts, maybe? I don't know, but I still can't wait for that series. Alright, so last in this pile before we get to the top 5, I couldn't pick one. I had to pick all of them. And that is the Shatter Me series by Tahereh Mafi. And there's Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, and then there's the little bind-up Unite Me of the novellas. And yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe how much I love Shatter Me. I started to pick this up like right when it first came out a long time ago. And I didn't like it. I didn't like the writing. I didn't like the fact that, it starts to write and then you cross it off, and I really didn't like that at first. But then when you actually start to read this book, you understand, like, you're okay with it. It doesn't annoy you as much as I actually thought it would. So good. I loved it. And I love this series. This is about Juliet, who, when she touches somebody, bad things happen. They get hurt. Like, really hurt. Like, her touch, it's sort of like Rogue. Her touch hurts people. Like, it's like a Rogue from X-Men kind of thing. And, you start to, you get more into her abilities as the series goes on. But you meet Warner, who pretty much takes her from the asylum that she's in because her family put her in there, and he wants to use her abilities. More book spell, but at least it's right here. He wants to use her abilities, and she meets Adam, who is a soldier in the Reestablishment, which is sort of like the world went to hell, and the Reestablishment is trying to put it back together, which not gonna happen. They're bad. They're very bad. So yeah, I mean, I really, really love this series. But yeah, Adam's the soldier in the Reestablishment, and they start to have a relationship. And she finds out that she can touch him without any pain going on. So if you haven't picked this one up, definitely do so. I think everybody's picked this up. I think I'm one of the last people to pick the series up. But if I had to choose a favorite of mine in the series, it'd probably be Ignite Me, because you finally see Adam's true colors, and You get more of Warner, which I love. I love Warner. I love him so much. In Unravel Me and Ignite Me, I love him. But I think I love him more in Ignite Me. So good. But yeah, this series is one of my favorites now, and I can't believe it. It was the first one I probably had ever DNF'd, and it's one of my favorites now. So yeah, I think Ignite Me would be my favorite in the series, which is the final. Alright, so now we're on to my top 5. I'm sorry this video is really long, but I think all of the videos of the top, like 15 and 2015 are going to be pretty long, because you just don't want to talk about it, Sorry, this is going to be long. So, let's go from 5 to 1. Yeah, we can do that. So, number 5, when I talk about the series way too much, would probably be the Poison Study series by Marissa V Snyder. I love this series so much. It's about Yelena, who's about to be executed, and for killing a guy. She's in prison for killing a guy, and she's about to be executed for it. And then the right-hand man of the commander, which is the leader of their country, Ibixia, he comes and he tells her, you can either be executed right now, or you can become the food taster for the commander. So, devil you know or the devil you don't? And she chooses the devil you don't, which is the food taster for the commander. I mean, come on. If I got to live a few extra days, sure. And, yeah, I love Valek. Or Valek. I don't know how to say his name. I call him Valek. I like it. And I love Yelena. I think she's a really amazing female main character. I think she's definitely a kick-butt female main character. Yeah, this is really, really good. I'm really bad at, summarizations, but this is really good. I love this series. And it goes Poison Study, Magic Study, Fire Study, and then Shadow Study. Shadow Study goes 6 years after this trilogy. So it's like a spin-off, not a spin-off trilogy, but it's more like a sequel trilogy, kind of. Because I know Night Study, which is the next book in the series, is coming out later on this month, and I cannot wait. I love this series. If I had to pick a favorite, which is really hard because there's 2 that I really love, but if I had to pick a favorite, it'd be Poison Study. I love this first book. This was just an amazing first book. And if anything, the next one would be Shadow Study. This is an amazing first book of the sequel series, kind of. I love both of them. Magic Study and Fire Study are really, really good too. I gave this series like a 5 out of 5 stars. I love this series all in total. And I cannot wait for the next book. Alright, so then... Alright, this one's pretty heavy. These are pretty much all series, except for 2 books. Alright, so then we have the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. I love Rick Riordan. I love him so much. First we have these 3 books, which is The Last Hero, Son of Neptune, and A Mark of Athena, which is the first 3. And then we have The House of Hades and The Blood of Olympus, which is the next 2. These are heavy though, so it's really hard to hold them up. Oh, I should have done it like this. So that's what they all look like together. It's really hard to hold them all. Wow, my back hurts. This series is amazing. If you've read the Percy Jackson series, you might know what the series is. It is a spin-off series of it. And it does follow Percy and Annabeth and Grover and, all of the characters from Camp Half-Blood, But then it also has more characters like Jason, Piper, and Leo. And you meet them in this series and find out all about them, and yeah. I love Greek mythology, and this also showcases Roman mythology, so definitely good. I love any kind of mythology. I will follow anything Rick Riordan writes. I love him so much. He just creates mythology so well, and he definitely knows how to break me. Definitely. But yeah, if you haven't picked this series up, if you picked the Percy Jackson series and you haven't picked the series up, what are you doing? Unless you really didn't like the Percy Jackson series, then I understand. But if you haven't picked the Percy Jackson series up, pick that up first, then go on to this one. And then Magnus Chase has come out, and I own that, and I have to read that next. I cannot wait. And then I know The Hidden Oracle, which is the Trials of Apollo, that comes out May 3rd, which is the next spin-off series of this series. he loves it, you know. Oh, he brings out so many books. But I love him. You know, he's bringing out 2 books this year, and I can't wait to read them both. Oh my god, I'm about to break all my books. Okay, so number 3 would have to be A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I love Sarah J. Maas. At first, I didn't really, know if I wanted to read this book. First off, it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling with Fae, the Fae, and I think that's amazing. But I wasn't really keen on Sarah J. Maas because I read Throne of Glass, and I liked it, but I don't know if I liked it as much as, like I wanted to. But then I realized that not everybody loved that first book, and usually I love the first book in the series. It's always my favorite, usually. But not with that series. So I didn't know if I was going to pick this one up. And then I'm like, screw it, I'm going to pick it up. And I did, and I loved it. So it was so good. Again, it's Beauty and the Beast retelling with Fae. What else could you want from this? It's so amazing. It's Sarah J. Maas. I love her. I love her writing. I love her books. I love her, and the covers are absolutely gorgeous. So good. Oh my god. But yeah, this is about a girl who's trying to get food for her family. So she's going to hunt for food for her family, and a wolf comes and pretty much starts to take her food away. He's going to go after her food, and she's like, no, I need that for my family. So she kills the wolf, and then she realizes that was a Fae in disguise. And so now the Fae have come to take her back to their world, where she must be like their indentured servant. She doesn't really know. She's afraid, but then she's like, I can eat. And her family really, isn't doing so well. But I think he, takes care of her family as well. So this was really, really good. I absolutely loved it. I loved Tamlin. I can't wait for, what's it called? A Cold of Mist and Fury, I think it's what it's called. A Court of Mist and Fury? Maybe it's A Court of Mist and Fury. Maybe, yeah. I think so. And that is coming out on May 3rd, too. I have a lot of books coming out on May 3rd. What's it called? The sequel to The Wrath of the Dawn. I believe it's like The Rose Dagger or something like that. That one's coming out May 3rd as well. I have a lot of books coming out that day. Alright, so now, top 2. Alright, number 2 comes at no surprise. And that is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I love her. I absolutely love her. Okay, so it goes, first you should read the Throne of Glass, and then you should read the Assassin's Blade. Throne of Glass is like the introductory, and then the Assassin's Blade sort of gives you more insight into what happens before Throne of Glass. But you should definitely read Throne of Glass first. Then it's Crown of Midnight, then it's Air of Fire, and then Queen of Shadows. I mean, you could read the Assassin's Blade first. I don't know. I actually liked reading Throne of Glass first and then going into the Assassin's Blade. Because you know Selena, but then you understand what she's talking about when she starts to speak about things before the Throne of Glass. So, this was really good. Now, the Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass, I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy them, but I didn't love them as much as, the rest of them. But Throne of Glass goes, it's Selena. Oh my god, I can't do this. It's about Selena, who is an assassin, and she is in the salt mines. She's pretty much like a slave. And then the Prince of Ardalan comes and he tells her, it's almost like Poison Study, where they get her out of prison pretty much, and they give her an ultimatum. So the prince tells her, look, you can come with me and you could enter this contest to become my father's champion, or you could stay here. And so she decides to go. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say, because I would pretty much spoil the rest of it. But the Assassin's Blade is everything that happens before Throne of Glass, like the first, 1 year before, pretty much, I think. And then these are all the rest of the sequels. Ugh. Now, the rest of them gave 5 out of 5 stars. The Crown of Midnight just wowed me. Air of Fire broke me. And Queen of Shadows, it just destroyed me. So good. good. Oh my god. I mean, I had waited to read the series, and it took me forever. You know, I waited until Queen of Shadows came out before I just marathoned the series. Firstly, because it's going to be a 6-book series, and this is only book 4. So there's 2 more books coming out. And I wanted to wait until, like, the 4th book came out. But it's like, I really had no interest in reading them because the first, you know, Throne of Glass and then even the Assassin's Blade didn't wow me as much as I wanted to. So, but then when I read Crown of Midnight, I had to go on. I just had to continue. And I bought this in hardcover, and I told myself I was going to wait until I have paperback. That's how good the series is. And Rowan, oh, I love him. I love him so much with Selena. Oh my god. This book is absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for the 5th book to come out, which still doesn't have a release date or a title or a cover or anything. Okay, finally, number 1. This is not a series, so I don't have to hold all these books up. This is just one book that I loved this year, or for 2015. I loved it. And I picked it up on a whim. You know, I heard some good, you know, some people were hauling it, and I'm like, okay, that actually sounds pretty good. So I went out and I bought it, and I needed some contemporary in my life. And I went out and I bought it, and yeah, I absolutely freaking loved it. And that was Everything by Colleen Hoover, and this is her debut novel. This is so good. This is about, oh, I hate it when I have to explain this because I never summarize this well. This is about a girl, and I think her name is Madeline. I think it was Maddie. I can't remember, because they never tell, like, the first, like, her name in this. But she's basically allergic to everything. So she has to live in her, like, sterilized house. And she can't leave it, or she will die. And, yeah, and then she meets Ali, which, you know, he lives across the street. And she hates it because she wants to meet him, she wants to see him, but she can't leave the house. And so yeah, I mean, it's really, really good. I just butchered that so bad. But this book I could reread maybe like every month for the rest of my life. This is so good. I absolutely love this book. It's gorgeous. It really is. It's so gorgeous. I don't know. Did anybody debut it? I wanted to see if anybody had reviewed it that I really loved, because then I could be like, oh yay. But Danielle Page, which is Dorothy Must Die's author, I didn't like Dorothy Must Die much. I didn't really read much of it. But Jennifer Niven did. Okay. Hey, I gotta read her book. Her book is like next on my list pretty much. But yeah, this one, it has everything. It is everything to me. I love this book. I went out and I bought it because I got it from the library first because I didn't know if I'd like it. And then I read it and I loved it and I had to buy it. So yeah, I'm babbling. I'm going to stop. I love this book. If you haven't picked this up yet, definitely do so. So yeah, that's it for me today, guys. That was a very, very long video, and I am sorry for letting this go on for so long, but I don't think I could have made it any shorter. So yeah, again, that's it for me today, and I will see you next time.